how can we have a podcast when we don't have a person on this podcast that represents New York in ways more than one? Today, I'm honored to have somebody who also happens to be the birthday boy, and it was his birthday yesterday. And please welcome Kelly Koppp
Kelly
in the
Koppp.
Bay Matter.
How are you? Hey,
How are
everybody.
you, Kelly? How
Thank
are
you. This is awesome. I appreciate this. It's an honor to be on your podcast.
Thank you for being here. And it was so funny what you mentioned on the phone when you were trying to look up the place, and you said that I know New York on the back of my hand, and I can't find
And I
your
can't
office,
find-
right? You know
Yes.
why? Because it's the gray matter. It's
The gray
easy to
matter.
find things, yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I was embarrassed. I know the city so well, in and out. But I was like, why am I lost? Now I understand how tourists get frustrated.
Yeah.
You know,
And they're
because,
looking up.
they're looking up. I was doing the same thing,
Yeah,
So,
looking at
little
street
humbling,
corners,
you know.
little humbling. Yeah. I think we all need that humbling. But how was your birthday experience?
It was really nice. I had a really nice time with some friends in Central Park. And we just kind of had a picnic and then ate at the boathouse. And it was really nice. It was a lot more, it was really nice. My friends really surprised me. It was, to be in the park for my birthday. And, as we get a little bit older, our birthdays, aren't really that exciting.
But they're still birthdays,
They're still
right?
birthdays, yeah.
One
And-
more year on this planet. and
Exactly,
Making
yeah.
news, making waves.
I always say I'm old. And with that being said, people say, "Oh, don't say that." I'm like, "Why? That's a gift." To say the word old, why is it such a negative connotation? It's a good thing. I think
Yeah.
saying I'm old is a good thing.
Old is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why can young be good and not old? So that's just my
Absolutely.
perspective.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
getting there, and I'm very
Yeah.
proud to be getting in the old category.
Right.
Crossing 40 was something very exciting for me.
What'd you say?
Crossing 40 was
Oh
very
my
exciting
gosh,
for me.
yeah. That's you know what? I've only had two birthday celebrations by friends in a sense. Like we're a group of people over there, which was yesterday, and then on my 40th, my friend surprised me. Didn't even see it coming, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
We need friends. We all need friends.
Yeah.
You said something while we were setting up and talking, and we were having our coffee. You mentioned something about Central Park. So just like Central Park is central to New York in a way that
Right.
it is sort of the heart
Agreed.
of Manhattan, of the city, all the boroughs actually,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of brings so many different souls on a very sublime level together.
Right.
You were speaking about something that how Central Park changed your journey.
Correct.
And for the audience, Kelly was in Florida. He's been in the F&B business. He'd been in restaurants. He started from tables to managing big restaurants. And what I
Right.
found that he's always been a person who has been with people,
Correct.
right? And now your blog on Instagram, which has over 775,000 followers,
Mm-hmm.
you've been featured on CNN. People
Correct.
invite you when they're launching something. You're a blessing. You're a good luck charm, right? But bring us
Kind of.
so sort of tell us how the process that went in your head, how a shift from something which was so service oriented to something which was so, in a way, selfless when you open up your blog. Because when you started this blog 13 years ago,
Right.
Meta was not a thing that would pay you a lot,
Not at all.
right? So you
Zero.
did it for passion, right? And
Yeah.
all the videos that people see, what I've seen, I admire because it's such a great lens to look at New York.
Mm-hmm.
How did it happen?
Well, do you want the long story or the short story? Well, I grew up in New York, basically. I mean, in Orlando, Florida, basically, before I moved here to New York. And, I was doing my thing. I went to college in Orlando. I was waiting tables. I ended up moving up. I actually worked at Planet Hollywood in Orlando, a Disney property, which is another big tourism area. So I'm used to, the amazing tourists. And so in 2008, there was the mortgage. Well, things were going great. I thought I was moving up. I'd have my own restaurant one day or something like that. And then the mortgage crisis happened, and I was part of that in 2008. And I went through a rough time. I did lose my house, and I had a good friend. I've been very fortunate in my life not to lose people that have, no one's really passed away in my life, and especially around 40 years old, I haven't. So, and then one of my best friends passed away, and I was just going through a rough time as well. in general. And I think the whole world was during that time too, with 2008 mortgage crisis issues. And I came to a point where, life is short because of what I was going through, and I need to do what I want to do. I need to go live. And that was my decision to move to New York City. I'd only visited here twice in my life, but there's something, I think, I think a lot of people, I always say, feel like
Third time is a charm, yeah.
Yeah. And they also feel like they're New Yorkers. Wherever you are in the world, wherever you're born in the world, you feel like you're a New Yorker in a sense.
Yeah.
I feel New York is the world city, New York City, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I ended up deciding to move here, and I'd only visited twice. I'm like, I've always wanted to live there. I'm going to do it. I moved here basically starting over, and I was going to go back to school here again, and something happened with that. And I was kind of derailed, and then I started taking photos and posting them on Instagram. And Instagram was brand new. I didn't join Instagram because I thought it was something cool or something I should do. It was just something new. I'm like, I don't know much about it. I'm a photographer too. That's a big part of this story too. I'm also, I was been an amateur photographer for a while, and I was posting photos every single day on Instagram, especially in Central Park, which leads back to your original question.
The Central Park.
And so, and then I wanted to get involved with the Central Park Conservancy, I thought. And then I talked to them, and they brought me on, and they saw my work, and they asked me to come be a photographer with the Central Park Conservancy, which, I thought, wow, this is really cool. Yeah. I love Central Park more than anything, still do. And the head of Central Park Conservancy at the time was Jim McGuire. And he kind of basically took me under his wing, and he was just my biggest supporter. He loved my photography about Central Park and in New York City. And, I would be in an event or something, and Jim would be there, and we'd always talk, and he'd always be like, this is Kelly Koppp, and he's a photographer, and he's so good. And he was my biggest cheerleader, and just a great guy.
We all have that one person in our life that changes our path.
Jim McGuire doesn't know how much of an impact he had on me. So if you're watching, Jim, you're amazing.
We'll make sure to tag you.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him in years. I think he moved to Florida, but he had a big impact on me.
I'm sure there's YouTube in Florida.
What'd you say?
I'm sure there's YouTube in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. But so, and then from Central Park, then posting, and my posts on Instagram and Facebook, I started at the same time too, posting. So they're both growing nicely at the same time. And then this just kind of evolved over the last 12 years to what it is today, something much bigger that I didn't plan. I came here for different reasons to New York City, to go back to school and further my education and do some other things. But New York City said, nope, that's not what I want for you. This is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And I hear that story often from people, like, I had this plan, but nope, you're going to do this. And it's what New York City is.
I also have a friend who hosts this show with me, my co-host, and he's also my Jim McGuire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you about him. He's very close.
Oh, very nice.
Even in this room, looking over us like a guardian angel. That's my Jim McGuire.
That's your Jim McGuire.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
He's my Jim McGuire, right? So he's also changed my journey. One of the biggest reasons he gave me the push to start the podcast. That's why we hosted together. Today he's not hosting because I wanted to do a special in terms of, I wanted to sort of bring out the marketing world a bit.
Right.
He generally speaks mostly on tech. He's more proficient in. But yeah. So, Central Park has been very central, quite literally, for you.
Correct.
Yeah, and we spoke about Jim McGuire. New York as a city, it tells you what you gotta do. It tells you how you need to sort of get in line to match the pace.
Correct.
And to give back to the city, because I believe the city is it's so much. It's like a breathing organism for me.
Right.
I get out of the subway, or I get out of the cab, or I park my car. The moment my feet touch the city grounds, in a way, especially Manhattan, it's a different game. It's that energy that somebody just plugs you into a power source, and you're like, all right, I gotta do it.
And beautiful.
It's beautiful and gruesome in its own lovely way.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I refer to New York as Gotham.
Yes. Perfectly said.
Yeah.
It's a delicate dance that we all do here.
Yeah. So you've explored New York, and I remember our first conversation that we had a couple of weeks back. You said that New York has so much to offer that I just pick up my camera, I start walking,
Correct.
and content just comes to me. But I think there's more behind it. You have to have an eye, and now we know that you are a photographer.
Right.
So that eye also needs to come out. There are many blogs out there covering New York, but there's something that has more of a relaxed pull. It's more inviting. That's what I find in your videos. What are your thoughts? Am I right?
Well, I appreciate that. It's, I never really think about my own work and, and a critique like that. That's really nice. I appreciate that. I think, there's no forethought of, my style or, pinpointing a style of what I do. I think that it's true when you love what you do, it just organically happens. And I have created this, my own style, which is New York City, which is beautiful, which is magical, which is inviting and safe too, because there's a lot of negativity about New York City and how unsafe it is. And yes, it's a big city. Not every city's perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't choose to show how safe it is in a sense. I just choose to show the city and bring New York City to people's homes every day. And it just shows organically, for the most part, how safe it is. Because people do, think that I have an agenda to show only one side of New York. But how can that be true when I'm walking around documenting the city every day without any plan behind it? I'm just actually trying to show people how to get from point A to point B in a sense, and how easy it is to get around the city. But my style itself is from my heart, and what you see through the screen is what my heart is projecting.
That's what I was saying. That's what one sees, not as a critique, even as an audience. We see that it's coming from the heart.
Yes.
It's not made there for a commercial purpose. It's more inviting.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And I remember you posted something about a Pakistani guy who said that they see New York through your lens.
Say that again one more time.
I remember that you posted something about a fan who follows you from Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
And you had put up a story about that.
Right. Oh, yeah. Messages like that just make my day.
Glow.
It makes me yeah. It's just, his message, and it was so beautiful, and it's people's dream all over the world to visit New York City because of what they see through TV, social media,
movies, comics.
Yes, movies, yes. And we're so blessed to be able to be here in New York City and be able to show it.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure, and it's an honor to be able to show it to the world too.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it comes from too. Whatever perspective people have about my work, it's just from the heart. When you love what you do, that's what comes out is beauty.
So we spoke about transition, being grounded in Central Park and growing from there. Then we spoke about perspective. Let's move towards a pivot. And the idea of the gray matter is that whenever we are in this room with the cameras and lights, and whoever is a founder or a person who's achieved something or even dreamt of achieving something, we generally do a candid conversation, and we always talk about what's next. Right?
Yeah.
Putting you in the hot seat there.
Yes.
But what's next for Kelly? Because I have ideas, which we will discuss, and may they happen one day, and we'll look back at this podcast and then we'll say, oh, we discussed that at the Green Man.
What's next is to talk to you after this podcast. What's next is to continue moving forward, building my brand.
Thank you very much. And that's what I call channelizing energy, because I planted a seed, a thought in your head, and you're exactly following the script.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Bring it on.
Oh, I love
Bring
that.
it on. Now we are talking business.
Yes, and because I have my social media.
Yeah.
I have my own podcast too.
Yeah.
I have a tour business. I have my photography. So now I have all my, what's the phrase?
Assets.
Yeah.
You have all these assets.
Yes, exactly.
Now they need to be managed, propagated, and promoted.
Bingo.
Yeah. But
I like how you think.
Thanks. But what about your own NYC Cop merchandise line?
Yes.
When am I gonna get a T-shirt that
Yes.
says NYC Cop?
That's a
When
good
am I gonna get a
point. That's
badge? When am I gonna get a tote bag?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Those are in my back pocket, those ideas, which I need to take them out of my back pocket and make them happen.
Yeah.
You know?
So let's think of that
Yeah.
because you've shared people stuff which they can't touch. I think people need to order something through your Instagram or Meta or your website. Something that says that image that they saw on an Instagram reel printed on a t-shirt, signed by the cop.
True.
I think that's a good merchandise.
I do too. You know, what I actually need, aside from your brilliant ideas and help, maybe, is
Why not?
an assistant.
Why not?
And I need an assistant just to follow me around and tell me, my emails daily that I get about doing events here in the city that I get invited to, or tour questions, or just normal questions around, from my social media, people around the world asking this, what do you think of this? They ask me restaurants, about the theater, where to go, what to do, hotels, all this, I mean, it's a 24/7 job.
Of course,
It's
of course.
intense what we do, and I love it. I would not change it for the world. But it's a lot, it's I find myself, waking up, laying on my bed, looking at my phone. Next morning, I'm wake up and
500
fully
notifications.
clothed, notifications. It's a lot. It's intense.
Yeah.
But
But the
I love
best
it.
part, what I see is that generally, as artists, we sort of hide behind our canvases, our lenses, right? And people rarely get to see us. So I'm really happy and thrilled that you are here on the show and people see the artist behind the NYC Cop. It means a lot that you're here today, honestly, for me.
well, me too. Truly, thank you.
You're welcome. The other day when we were speaking, I asked you advice regarding if my son wanted to blog.
Yes.
And you had an advice. Now there are lots of sons and daughters out there. What would your advice be when a person picks up a camera or a creator, they go out to create something,
sorry.
they first fear, what do? What should be there or what should not be in their heads when they set out on their journey to create something?
Wow. It's a good question. First of all, never ever question yourself on what content you're going to, I'm sure you're going to have an idea about what you want to do, but you have to kind of learn your style in a sense. You have to learn your style and work with that and hone in on it.
Yeah.
And just go out and take that photo and take that video. Don't question yourself. Just take it. You know what I mean? Like I never ever, I've learned now to never pass by that photo that I think, oh, maybe I'll take that photo. Because when I think, oh, maybe I take that photo and I don't,
The moment is gone.
the moment's gone. But the ones I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to take it. And then I'm like, I should, at this point, I'm like, I'll take it. It's that photo people will love. It'll go viral. You know what I mean? So never pass up an opportunity, first of all. No matter what it is, you're learning about your brand or how to create your brand. Just get out there and start videoing or photographing and do what makes you happy. If whatever makes you happy will work.
Yeah.
And consistency every single day, a couple times a day, posting and interacting with other people. I always say to people, always when people comment on your post, go to their page and comment too. Because then you build that relationship and it grows. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to do that now, and it makes me sad that I can't respond to everybody, because I want, it's important, we all want to feel important in this world and heard. And so I think that's what's important too. That's how I built my brand, is making sure that I responded to everybody and said thank you, and then went to their page and commented too, because we all like to feel important.
Yeah,
by
of course. That's why
anyone.
they write to you, right? And you can't possibly respond to everyone, right?
Right now I can't. Yeah.
That's why the brand has grown so big that you would eventually need a team who would
Correct.
be doing all those things for you.
Right.
Yeah? So I think we know somebody who I can hook you up with.
Oh, nice.
Generally, whenever we end the episode, I follow up with a question.
Is that where okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that you have not seen any of the episodes.
I haven't yet. I'm so
That's
sorry.
all right. That's all right. Because that's what I wanted.
Yes, yes.
Because there's always a surprise question towards the end.
Oh,
And then people
okay.
go,
So do
"Oh,
I. I do the same thing.
You do? Oh, really?
I have a surprise question at the end.
Oh, so my surprise question is, what is the gray matter to you?
Wow, that's a big question.
How about I give you a thing?
Okay, good. Oh, that's nice. That's my
That's
glasses.
for you.
Oh, I love it. Oh wait,
Maybe
are we
put
recording
the-
right now?
Yeah, but this is all part of the script. So maybe if
Oh.
you wear this cap, ideas will come.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put it on right
It's a
now.
thinking cap.
Yeah.
Maybe now you can answer what is the gray matter to you, what it means to you, and it fits fine.
What is the gray matter? What is the gray matter to me? There's so much space in that gray matter.
Yeah.
You know, and ideas to make ourselves better and more helpful to the world. You know, that's what I think the gray matter is. The gray matter, or we should use that gray matter to be examples, or to lead by example and show, to be to have purpose in this world, and to be examples of how to be better people. Gosh, that's such a good question. I mean, the gray matter for me is to use this gray matter between my ears to just be an example of kindness, and make the world a good place, a better place, a special place, an important place, a caring place for everyone to be. So that's my gray matter
Beautiful.
answer.
Poetic.
Is that
Love
okay?
it.
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's the beauty of
Yeah.
gray matter, right? It's that.
That's what
wide-
I think that gray matter should be used for.
If you see the logo,
Yep, and that's what okay, I gotta put my glasses on too. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't use it that way.
it's the void, right? It's
Yeah,
the space, and
yeah.
you fill it up with what you want, what you feel, how
Yep.
you feel it, right?
And that's what I use my social media for, for that same reason, is to use it for a space of positivity in this world, because when you're happy, there's no space for negativity. And when you're happy, there's no, when we have friends such as yourself, who have the same interest in life and to be a positive people, there's no space for negativity
Yes.
between us.
This is so beautiful, so perfect that once you just shove out any negativity and you
Yes.
only focus on positivity, then there's only growth.
Yeah. I actually don't even allow the negativity into my gray matter, if that makes sense. I don't.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Actually,
That's a new
it
one.
can't get in there, in a sense.
You've structured it in a way that
Yeah.
nothing gets past, right? Good vibes only.
Correct. Not only do I hope for that, can I say I demand it?
You manifest it.
Yeah, I manifest it. Because, there's no room for that in my gray matter at all.
Excellent. Excellent. Any parting message for the show, for the audience, that you want to say from what you do, what you have built? Any parting message?
If if you're interested in doing social media and you have an idea, just do it. Don't, just do it. That's the bottom line. If you have anything that you want to do in life that you feel you have a passion for, just do it. Don't put it off. Life's short, and whatever your heart brings forth, it can't be anything but positive out there in the world that you're showing. So, and people respond to positivity, better than negativity.
Absolutely.
And whatever you want to do, I just say just do it. Just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy, and continue doing what makes you happy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Kelly, a formal thank you.
Thank
for being
you.
on the show. And it was amazing.
Like this hat.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I want a hat that says NYC Cop now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get it.